Hey guys, what's up? This is Bharat, you're watching iGyaan, and today we're going to be unboxing and taking a first look at the new Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. Now, the prices for the Galaxy S10 series have been out for India, and the S10e, which is the cheapest phone that was launched by Samsung, will start at 55,900 rupees, whereas the Galaxy S10 Plus, the one that we're going to be unboxing today, will start at 73,900 rupees for the 8GB plus 128GB variant. So now if you look at the packaging, it is quite minimal. You can see that it has the S10 Plus logo on the front, completely black clean box, and you do have some specifications on the back. But let's quickly open the box, and the first thing inside the box you'll see is the phone itself. But if you look inside the cover, there is another box which houses the documentation and the SIM ejector tool. When the phone finally comes to India, there is a good chance that Samsung will include a cover or a protective case inside the box of the phone. Moving forward, we do get the phone itself. I'm going to remove it and place it to the side. And right there you can see the rest of the accessories. So there is the wall charger. Now this is what you'll get standard. It does have the adaptive fast charging enabled on this charger. You can also see the USB-C to OTG adapter, which is also in the box right there. You'll also get the standard USB to USB-C charging cable along with another micro USB to USB-C adapter. Now, Samsung has been including these adapters for a while, and I find this really interesting that no one else is doing it even today. Now finally inside the box are the AKG tuned earphones. Now these are really good quality earphones, and they do come with additional ear tips. There are inline controls along with the standard 3.5mm headphone jack. Now that's basically everything from the box of the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. Let's take a look at the device itself. So the S10 Plus now finally removes any kind of notches from the device, but you do get a cutout on the screen, and the display goes all the way from the top edge to the bottom edge. There is a slight bit of chin at the bottom of the phone, but it is almost negligible. On the top you do have the earpiece in the top bezel, along with a couple of sensors for proximity as well as ambient lighting, and then you do have this pill-shaped cutout for the dual front cameras. One is a 10 megapixel f1.9 camera. Now this is a 26mm wide camera, and this is the main camera which has the dual pixel face detect autofocus. The other is an 8 megapixel camera with an f2.2 aperture and a 22mm slightly wider lens compared to the 10 megapixel sensor. And it also has a depth sensor which will allow for live focus capabilities. The front captures 4K video at 30 frames per second and also 1080p video at 30 frames per second. Now surrounding this camera and the rest of the front of the phone is the 6.4-inch dynamic AMOLED display. This has a 3040 by 1440 pixel resolution, a 19:9 aspect ratio, and a massive 526 pixel per inch pixel density. Now it's protected on the front as well as on the back with Gorilla Glass 6. The display does have HDR10, and it is an always-on display, something that Samsung has done for a while. Now if you turn the phone to the bottom, you'll see that this does continue to come with a 3.5mm headphone jack, which is why the included earphones do have a 3.5mm headphone jack. You can see there's a USB-C port, a microphone, and a speaker. On the right of the device is the power button, and on the top is the secondary noise cancellation microphone along with the SIM tray. Now the SIM tray does have 2 SIM card capability, or 1 SIM card and 1 micro SD card. Over at the left you have the volume button along with the Bixby button, and the Bixby button is now remappable. Once you do activate Bixby, you can choose whether you want Bixby on a single click or on a double click, and the other option can be for any other app that you can launch using the Bixby button. I think this is a wonderful add-on to the new Samsung One UI, and it will be coming to all other devices that do have a Bixby button. Now over at the back is where all the action is. You can see we have the phone in the Prism white color. It looks absolutely fantastic, and it changes color as you sort of move it against the light. It looks absolutely brilliant. On the back we do have 2 12 megapixel cameras. One does have a variable aperture with an f1.5 to an f2.4. This is a 26mm wide lens and has large 1.4 micron pixels. This also has optical image stabilization and dual pixel face detect autofocus. The second is a 12 megapixel telephoto lens which doubles the focal length to 52mm. This also has a lesser wide aperture with an f2.4 and a standard 1 micron pixel size. Continues to get optical image stabilization and this is basically what offers you the 2x optical zoom on the Galaxy S10 Plus. The third is the ultra-wide sensor. Typically this would be of a lower megapixel count, but on the Galaxy S10 Plus this is a 16 megapixel sensor with a respectable f2.2 aperture. It is a 12 mm ultra-wide, so this is actually less than half of the 26 mm. The main cameras do capture 4K video at 60 frames per second with optical image stabilization and something called Super Steady, which we did test out. You can also capture 960 FPS super slow-mo using 720p video quality. Right next to the cameras is the LED flash along with the heart rate monitor. Once you power on the device, you'll see that it runs Android 9 out of the box along with Samsung's One UI 1.1. This is a really responsive device with almost no lag whatsoever. I've been using it for a couple of days now, and I see that the responsiveness of the device is pretty impressive. Now it'll be available in two options for China as well as for the US. It will be available with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 chipset, one 2.8 GHz CPU, three 2.4 GHz CPUs, and four 1.7 GHz CPUs. So a total of 8 cores on the chipset, and the Adreno 640 GPU will be available on that device. As far as the EMEA or Europe, Middle East and Asia markets, the phone will come with a Exynos 9820 chipset, which is an 8 nanometer chipset versus the 7 nanometer Snapdragon 855. The Exynos chipset has two 2.7 GHz cores, two 2.3 GHz cores, and four 1.9 GHz cores, along with the Mali G76 MP12 GPU. The phone will be available in various storage options. The standard will have 8 GB of RAM with an option of 128 GB or 512 GB as storage, or 12 GB of RAM and 1 TB of storage in the limited edition variant. You can also pop in a micro SD card of 512 GB, so theoretically you can get up to 1.5 TB of storage on the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. The Samsung Galaxy S10 and the S10 Plus are also the first phones with an ultrasonic under-display fingerprint sensor. Now this is different from the in-display fingerprint sensor that we've seen on devices like the OnePlus 60. What's unique here is that the display does not need to be active, and it does not need light from a display to sense your fingerprint. This technology is in its nascent stage. It's the first device that has come out with this, but the fingerprint sensor works really well, and Samsung has already pushed out 2 updates to the fingerprint sensor, allowing for better responsiveness from the fingerprint sensor. You also get the traditional face unlock feature on Android. This does not include iris scanning that Samsung has had in the past. It seems like they have finally abandoned it with the Samsung Galaxy S10 and the S10 Plus. The Galaxy S10 Plus has a 4100 mAh battery that does support 15 watt fast wireless charging, as well as 15 watt charging through the fast adaptive charger that's inside the box. The phone is available in a whole host of colors, including the Prism white that we see over here, and then the limited edition variants will be available in a ceramic white as well as a ceramic black. While the phone has a really modern design and it looks good to hold in the hand, it is extremely slippery, and I would recommend using a case because of the way that the phone has been designed. It might not be very comfortable to hold for long periods of time, even though it's slick and initially feels really good. The camera app is really easy to navigate through, and it seems extremely familiar. If you are a Samsung device user, you will feel right at home with the camera app. Moving through the app options along with the camera interface itself is really fast and responsive, and if you're shooting in auto mode, a lot of artificial intelligence features within the camera and the capture capability will make your life quite easier. Using the wide option allows you to get a lot more in your frame. In fact, it completely changes the way you will capture images, and some of the images captured by this phone come out really good, whether you're talking about front-facing camera captures or rear-facing camera captures. 4K video is also really good and super stable, and the audio quality from the microphones on the camera is also really good. The addition of a 3.5mm headphone jack means that you can attach external microphones to this phone. So if you're in the mood for a run and gun setup using a smartphone, the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus will be a really good option for that. Now, we did run benchmarks, and the scores for the Exynos variant are right up there. It doesn't score as much as the 855 chipset, but it does give you an impressive score as far as benchmarks are concerned. Real day-to-day usage is what this phone will shine at, And while playing games like PUBG or any other high intensity graphic games, you will find that the device does work really well. You also have a game optimizer or a game launcher which allows you to game seamlessly. It improves the graphics and the performance of the device, and it also disables notifications so that you can game uninterrupted. Now we'll be testing out the phone in depth in the coming days, so if you have any special requests for the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus or any of the other Samsung Galaxy S10 series devices that will launch, do let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video, guys, don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not already a part of Team iGyaan. This has been Bharat. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.
I don't know if what we had was just a waste of time. You got 70,000 friends, but I am one of them.